Okay guys, it is the week of September 15th. Please make sure that you have your math notebook out for your math review. We have a sub, so let's review our rules. They're posted. Remember that we're going to be kind to everyone. We're going to respect everyone. We're going to respect the sub. We're going to respect my stuff. So no eating or drinking in my class. Okay, let's look at math review. Okay, I put in systems of equations using substitution. Ms. Vargas said that she taught you this last year. So it's already set up with this one as y equals x plus 1. So you would take x plus 1 and plug it in to y. So hopefully you remember how to do this. The sub's going to give you 4 minutes, 2 minutes to write down the problems and 2 minutes to get started and to solve it. So she's going to pause this video and give you 4 minutes, and then she's going to unpause the video and I'm going to go over it. Please do not sit there and just wait for the answers. I want you to try to solve them. If Fabian is in here today, you guys are going to have to help Fabian work through because he hasn't had all the practice that you guys have had. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and let them start. Okay. You should have solved both these problems already. So let's go over them quickly. I have 2/3 x plus 5 equals 1/2 x plus 8. I know that 2 cannot go into 3, so 3 is not going to be my common denominator. But I know that 3 can go into 6 and so can 2. So I'm going to multiply all sides, all terms, by 6. Okay, so I can cross cancel 6 and 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2. So my new number up here that I'm going to multiply by is 2. 2 and 6 can cross cancel because 2 can go into 2 and it can go into 6 3 times. So 3 is going to be my new number. So now I'm going to rewrite these. So now I have 2 times 2x plus 5 times 6, because we couldn't cross that 6 out, equals 3x plus 8 times 6. Okay, do I have any subtraction that I need to change to addition? No, everything's already in addition form. 2 times 2 is 4, so I now have 4x plus 5 times 6 is 30. 3 times x is 3x plus 8 times 6, which is 48. I'm now going to combine like terms. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides because I want to keep my x positive. You didn't have to. You could have moved your negative 4x over. This cancels out, so I'm left with 1x plus 30 equals 48. I'm then going to subtract 30 from both sides, and x is going to equal 18. So hopefully you got x equals 18. If you did, good job. If you didn't, ask the sub to pause the video so that you can get it copied down, so that you have it for tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to erase this. So hopefully you got it written down, because I want to have more room for my systems of equations. Okay, so I have y equals x plus 1, and I'm going to use the equation 2x plus y equals 7. We cannot solve for x and y at the same time unless we have two systems of equations. Then we can plug in. So I know that y equals x plus 2. So everywhere there's a y, instead of plugging in y, I'm going to plug in x plus 1, not x plus 2. So I'm going to rewrite this as 2x plus, and instead of y, I'm going to pull the y out and I'm going to substitute in x plus 1 because that's what they told us y equals. And then I'm going to bring down my equals 7. 2x plus x, I can now combine like terms as 3x plus 1 equals 7. I'm going to take 1 away from both sides, and I get 3x equals 6 because I have 7 plus a negative 1. I'm then going to divide both sides by 3, and x equals 2. Yay, x equals 2, but I'm not done. I need to actually find out what y equals other than this expression. So I'm going to go y equals x plus 1. And now instead of x, I'm going to plug in 2. So y equals, instead of x, we know x equals 2. So 2 plus 1, y equals 3. My ordered pair is 2, 3. 2, 3 means that for these two expressions, when they are exactly the same, it's at ordered pair 2, 3. Okay, so hopefully you have that written down. Hopefully you remembered how to do it. I really, really hope. And if not, get it copied. And then we're going to go on to today's lesson. You're going to need your agenda out, and you're going to need your I'm going to give you the option. You can use your Chromebook or paper. So I'll make sure I print copies for the sub if you want the work on paper. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and erase this while you guys are getting everything out that you need. Okay, our agenda today is, we did math review, and we're going to do standard form handout. We're going to review. Remember that you have your exam. Clearly I wasn't here today, so I'll check your study guide tomorrow. Today, students will be able to find the x-intercept, students will be able to find the y-intercept, students will be able to use standard form to find missing variables, and student will be able to use the x and the y-intercept to graph the line. This is very much like the last problem on your study guide and is on your test. And I think you'll have to ask Harry, but I think I asked him or told him it's like 8 points on the test. So you want to make sure you know how to do this. Okay, once you have it done, please open up your Google Classroom. You are period 3. And you can find this assignment where it says standard form handout, or you can raise your hand and the sub will pass out this handout. Okay, so it says standard form notes. In this lesson, you will learn to use intercepts to graph a line. Recall that y-intercepts is the y-coordinate of the point where a graph crosses the y-axis. The x-intercept is the x-coordinates of the point where a graph crosses the x-axis. One form of a linear equation called standard form allows you to find intercepts quickly. You can use the intercepts to draw the graph. The standard form of a linear equation where a, b, and c are real numbers and a and b are not both 0 is ax plus by equals c. So first it wants me to find the x and the y intercepts. Okay, once we find the x and y intercept, it wants me to then write the equation in slope-intercept form. If you notice, it's just doing the exact same thing, and then we have numbers that we have to plug in. So what I'm going to do this first one that's highlighted with you, and then I'm going to do this first one that is on the next page. And for the rest of the class, you guys are going to do 2 and the bottom one, because you have to know how to do this in order to take your test. Okay, I have 3x plus 4y equals 24. To find the x-intercept, the x-intercept is my x value when y equals 0. So that means that I'm going to plug in y equals 0. So I have 3x plus 4, and instead of y, we're plugging in 0 equals 24. I know 4 times 0 is 0, so I'm just left with 3x equals 24. I can then divide both sides by 3, and I get x equals 8. So when y is 0, x is 8. So I can come over here and I can go ahead and plot that. I'm going to move over 8 positive, 8 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's my x-intercept. It's where it crosses the x-axis. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to find our y-intercept. our y-intercept is our y value when x equals 0. So instead of plugging in 0 for y, we're plugging it in for x. So we're using the exact same equation, this 3x plus 4y equals 24, except for x, we're plugging in 0. Well, 3 times 0, clearly 0. So I have 4y equals 24. I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and y is going to equal 6. So when x is 0, y is 6. So now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to plot my point. I then can take my line and I can run it straight across and graph it because I have those two intercepts. I don't even have to worry about my slope, except they want me to find my slope, so I have to. Okay, to find my slope, I'm going to use m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. On the test, and if you have this on paper, you need to label these numbers. It's just hard to do it on Kami. I'm going to do x1, y1, x2, y2. You can put them in any order you want. So I'm going to do m equals 6 minus 0, so 6 minus 0, y2 minus y1, over x2 minus x1 would be 0 minus 8. You can't mix these up though. I'm going to do plus, I don't have a negative 0, plus a negative 8. 6 plus 0 is 6. 0 plus negative 8 is negative 8. That makes sense. It's going to be a negative slope because if I read this left to right, my slope is going down. So it is negative. And I can simplify this by 2 halves. And I get negative 3/4. So my slope is negative 3/4. Okay, please pause the video and make sure that they have this written down. If they have any questions, Harry and Marcus can probably explain. Okay, let's go down to the bottom. We're going to do the first one together, and then you're going to do the other ones in a group or with a partnership. Okay, it wants me to find my x and y intercept, and I'm going to use this equation in order to do it. And if I know x and y intercept, I know that my x intercept is my value of x when y is 0. Oh, so that's going to be this one here. And my y-intercept is my value of x. No, wait, I wrote this backwards. My value of y when x is 0. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go 3x plus 3y equals 12. I'm using this equation right here. And I'm going to fill in when x is 0. So when x is 0. So instead of x, we're going to put in 0. So 3 times 0 plus 3y equals 12. That cancels out. I divide both sides by 3. Y equals 4. So when x is 0, y equals 4. So that's my y-intercept. I'm going to come over here. I'm not going to go anywhere for x, and I'm going to go up 4. So there's my y-intercept. I'm going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to fill in for y when y is 0. So we're going to write our same equation, 3x plus 3y equals 12. And instead of y, we're going to plug in 0 because they told us y is 0. 3x plus 3 times 0 equals 12. Well, 3 times 0 is 0. So now I have 3x equals 12. I'm going to divide both sides by 3, and x is going to equal 4. Oh, okay. So now I'm going to go to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's my x-intercept. Okay, well, I have one more. They also told me x is 1. So I'm going to use the same equation, 3x plus 3y equals 12. And again, instead of using x, we're going to take our x out and we're going to put in 1 because they told us x equals 1. So 3 times 1 plus 3y equals 12. 3 plus 3y equals 12. But this one's different. I didn't get 0, so I have to continue to solve my equation. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and I get 3y equals 9. I divide both sides by 3, and y equals 3. So my ordered pair is going to be when x is 1, y is 3. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to go over 1, 1, 2, 3, and that does fall on my line, so I'm good. Okay, now it says write the equation in slope-intercept form. Okay, well, I know that m, oh, we don't know what m equals. We have to figure out what m is. I do know what my y-intercept is. So when x is 0, y is 4. So I need to find my slope. So I'm going to use my x and y-intercept. So I'm going to do m equals 0 minus 4. So 0 minus 4 over 4 minus 0. 4 minus 0. Be careful because this one becomes a negative 4. So I have negative 4 over 4, which gives me negative 1. So m is going to equal negative 1. And this is a negative slope. Oh, my line needs to go over a little bit more. Okay, I'm now going to write my equation. Y equals mx plus b. My slope is negative 1x. My b is 4, but we don't need to put negative 1x. So we're just going to put y equals negative x plus 4. That's my equation. Okay, you guys, are now, sorry about that, going to complete number 2 that you didn't do, and then complete your y-intercept, your x-intercept graph, and find your equation in slope-intercept form for 5x plus 10y equals 20, and fill in your values. I will see you tomorrow, and make sure that your study guide is complete.